welcome to Uncommon Conversations. I'm your host, Zsa Zsa Hubbard. Listen, I know that it is Black History Month, and I have an amazing trailblazer for this show today. I met this young lady while we were celebrating Juneteenth Jubilee right here in the city of Detroit. This young lady, she graced the stage and left the stage on fire. When I tell you her words have power, this beautiful young lady is not only a word wizard, she is a poet, she is a wordsmith, and she utilizes her words to take us on a journey. I have the one and only Miss Arrie Lane in the building, and she is getting ready to perform her first piece. We are the remix right here on Uncommon Conversations. Help me welcome Arrie Lane.
We be sun-kissed, bathing in each other's melanin. We are magic, not unicorn, just magic. Grandma's collard greens and yams, jerry curls and oil sheen cans, soul train lines and crunk dancing. Ballroom when we feel like it. Moving to our own cadences. We are pop lock and dreadlocks. Afros and bantu knots, they come from miles, cross oceans and deserts just to get what we got and still they fall short. See, imitation ain't always as flattering when they like to pretend the sauce only matters when they use it. But it be bland and lacking. But still, we be Maya Angelou, still I rise on our way to Martin Stream. Embodying the essence of Malcolm X and Huey P., we are the explosion deferred to in Langston's dream. We are gospel. Amen and Ashang, super beings with souls of vibranium. We are Erica Badu, J. Cole, and Wale today. Biggie, Pac, and Nas tomorrow. And we'll get Lil Jon Crunk on you in a millisecond. On a scale ranging from Beyonce to Nicki or Cardi B, we are the whole thing. We are HBCUs, Divine Nines, all things Black excellence, convention attending, educated, business owning, dashiki, stilettos, gators, or kicks, and snapback wearing swag. We are flavor. See, God created the world and decided it needed a little seasoning. And bam, here we are. Yes, we are this fly. Yes, we are the rhythm that was found in the blues. We shall overcome in Negro spirituals. We are ancestral drip. Living proof that we ain't perfect, but damn it, we made it. We keep on rising, and damn it, they hate it. Kunta, not Toby. We are Jordan, LeBron, Steph, Kobe. We are Nipsey's Hustle, the Obamas, unapologetically tired of your bullshit and claiming our seats Rosa, trailblazing like Wilma, reincarnated. We are equal parts Eartha Kitt and Angela Davis, equal parts Huey P and Wheezy F. Baby, we are excellence by inheritance. We don't need your permission. Didn't ask for your approval. And we are not tiptoeing. Oh no. We are pots and pans clanging. You gon' hear this today. The remix to colonization, the definition of lit. And if we're being quite honest, without us, America might have made a nice track, but we made it a hit. You're welcome.
Ari! Wait, Ari! Ari! Hold on, I'm gonna say it one more time for the people in the back. Ari! Listen, Ari. Okay, we are the remix, honey. Let these people know. First of all, Ari, you are amazing, okay? And I am just so grateful that, God allowed our paths to cross. While I was hosting along with D Hobbs, you came in and you shook the presence. And you are definitely a woman who has powerful words. And, as I was reading about your autobiography and all of the amazing things that you're doing, you not only are doing some really great things, but I definitely want to thank you for being on the show. Now, Ari, I want to jump right into it, honey, because you are amazing. Now, you started off in middle school, age 9, doing, oratorical contests and essay writing contests and doing poetry all the way in middle school, and transitioning from middle school all the way to high school. You literally were being trained to do what you're doing right now. And it is an amazing feeling to know that, during this time frame, you were winning contests, you were winning awards, and you were being celebrated for the very thing that you are doing now as an adult. Tell me all about the transition from being a kid superstar using your words into now you are a young woman blazing the world with your words.
It's really crazy because at the end of the day, it's like you said, you don't realize that you're being groomed for your future, for your purpose, right? So I remember I had just entered, I was going to the Boys and Girls Club on Shaner, right in the city, and they had an oratorical contest, and I wrote something and I entered it, not thinking anything, and I performed it, and I won. I was like, yo, that's cool, but I was 9. Like, what do I know? I'm like, oh, okay. Cool. And then so as I went on, I actually did a lot of singing and choir and all this different stuff in my earlier ages. I didn't get into writing like poetry probably closer towards middle school. And even then I didn't really take it super serious, but like my godmom used to do like a small open mic at Northland Mall. It was definitely an experience, for sure. But I even then though, I would be so like, oh, that's good. It's really good. And I never really put too much stock into my poetry. It used to be like an outlet, which it still is today. Like it still is an outlet. In 11th grade, I happened upon theater,
Okay.
drama, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with performing. I fell in love with the stage. So I would go on to do like stage plays and different things like that. And I would just write poems intermittently. And I'll do a poem and I'll post it. And like every other year or something like that, I'll have a new poem. I'll post it on my Facebook. And it would get a huge response. And I never really would think anything of it. I was just like, oh, thanks, guys. Like, and I still hadn't really put too much into it. And so in 2018, I wrote a spoken word piece about mental health awareness and suicide awareness. And what a lot of people didn't know was that it was actually my coping mechanism. Because I was having to be the strong friend it was a mutual friend that was lost, but that the person that I was being a strong friend for, my friend, was closer to that person in a much more deeper connected way. And so I was being there for her. But how hard is it to have someone commit suicide, but even more importantly, to have to figure out how to find an outlet for yourself. I decided to tackle it just to get it out. And so then that I got a vision that it was a short film. And so instead of me putting it out there like I would every other year thing, I decided, no, this is a story and it needs to be told. And so I went ahead and I met some a really dope cinematographer named Hannah Noel from Michigan State, who just reached out to me and was so helpful. Like, she didn't charge me. The stars kind of aligned. She had just known someone who had attempted suicide. Thankfully, they weren't successful. And then 2 of my acting friends were like, hey, what you need? Like, I got you.
Wow, Ari. That is amazing. I mean, dealing with those type of challenges and having to deal with that, I definitely understand, because my father, he committed suicide the day after Thanksgiving. And, there were a lot of emotions that came along with that. And, a lot of times, a lot of people don't know what to do with those type of emotions, and they don't know where to put that pain, or where to put that energy. And, Ari, I'm definitely proud of you, because you took that pain and you put it into poetry, and that is what it's all about. And as a mother, we take on these emotions, and we still gotta be moms. You have a son, I have a son, and we still have to make sure that we are taking care of our children. And as a mother dealing with these type of things and moving forward in your business and all those things, tell me about that. How's that working out for you in terms of the motherhood department?
Um, as mothers, we're really good at wearing masks. Um, we know how to put on our face and be fine. So it was very like, to him, everything was fine, which is what I wanted. I didn't want his world um to be shaken up by any of my emotional turmoil. Times what I deal when I the way I deal is I've learned to make sure that I do listen to the things that are bothering him, and allowing him to be human. And I think that especially in our community and Black community, we don't get that privilege that often. And it's a reminder that we all, just as we wear masks, and our children sometimes are wearing masks and we don't even know it. But yeah, so just being open and receptive to him and what he's dealing with, it just taught me to listen more.
Now you are doing some amazing things, Ari. You are gracing the stages of the Opera House during this time, and the music hall and Fisher Theater. And it's so amazing how you go from killing the game in middle school and high school, and winning essay contests, and winning all of these opportunities that you get to expound on poetry and different things of that nature. And here it is, you are being trained and not even know it, and now you are on stages where celebrities are performing, and you're on stages where there are bands and orchestras that are being led by composers. And Ari, this is amazing, and I know that you could have been like, oh my God, this is crazy, but tell me about those experiences, because that's a once in a lifetime thing to go from middle school and high school doing this, and now to know that you're doing this as an adult on a bigger platform. Tell us about that experience.
It's definitely, it was beautiful. It was a blessing. Just about, I think that everything is about in life. You have to learn how to position yourself for those things that you want to encounter. You want to be great. You want to do great things. Well, you need to connect with people that think like you and move like you. And so, some of those stages, I was blessed to be a part of the ensemble cast for like Perilous Times and things like that. And so working with doing that was really an experience. And I got to check that off my list. Not everybody can say, hey, you've performed at the music hall, you performed, at the Fox Theater or wherever, Detroit Opera House. Nobody can, not a lot of people can say that. So to be able to say that, Grayson, I said, like, the music hall, I started slamming, so I would do slams there. Everything happened like a whirlwind in the past year or so, and with spoken word, which is crazy. The past like 2 years has been wild, but um, just it's very humbling, and at the same time, you are grateful. Also know that you put in the work and you deserve it as well, and that's something that I remind myself as well. And I think we don't do that enough. Is saying, yes, it's a blessing, yes, it's great, but you also did the work to get to do this.
Now, Ari, you are no Dr. Seuss, okay? Not no red fish, blue fish, or no green eggs and ham. But your words do have power. And Ari, I love the way that you just tell your story. Your storytelling skills are amazing. And I love the fact that, We Are the Remix is all about the culture, and I appreciate that. Now, Ari, do you ever feel like as you get out here and you grace these stages that you're carrying our culture on your back? Do you ever feel like that you have the responsibility to the people that you serve when you come out and you talk about these words? Tell me about that.
I think we all at some point feel responsible for the culture. I think that it's an curse that we all kind of feel like we are, I don't want to say burdened with, but just a cross that we have to bear. So I don't necessarily mind most of the time. I remember I wrote a piece called I'm not explaining my black. And actually that's where the line "be a magic" came from. Um Definitely I do feel like that sometimes, but I also get to a place, and I think we all do, those of us who tend to turn out to be those vessels, where we're kind of like, you know what, go pick up a book. I don't have to be responsible today for, I just want to be me today. And so I think it's finding that balance of saying today I'm about me. Tomorrow I'll deal with the social issues of it all, and after that I'll deal with the emotional issues of it all. But today, you know what? Today I'm just gonna be Arrie. Today I'm just gonna be Zsa Zsa. You know what I mean? We come from a time where it was loosely taught to us as a people. And I'm grateful that that's not my full testimony. I did have a mother that was a little more unorthodox, and I think that that's a blessing. Now that I'm older, I think it's a lot even more of a blessing. Yeah, like she had us read her books to her, like not ours. You know, that type of stuff that you don't appreciate till you get older. But with my son, I just think that it's important that he understands that there's more than one avenue. There's more than one way to fund your life and your success. He has all these big dreams and goals. On one hand, he wants to be a scientist, and on the other, he wants to be a performer of some sort. I think the important thing is that he knows that it's all possible as long as you take the necessary steps to prepare for those things. And a lot of that has to do with understanding your finances, understanding how to build generational wealth, something that we don't do as much. And keeping yourself in good health as best as you can just helps further you on that journey.
Now, Arrie, I'm super duper proud of you because you are nominated for one of your spoken word pieces entitled Untitled. And I am super duper proud because you're nominated for this first piece. And I know when you're writing, you know, your words and your poetry, do you ever think like, okay, I'm gonna write this piece and hopefully, you know, somebody acknowledges it and sees it and maybe I may get an award? Or when you write and you like, oh, this is about to be fire, I'm about to get an award. You know, like what are your thought processes and how are you feeling when you see that your pieces are nominated and getting all the love that they're getting?
You know what? I never write anything with the intent like, oh, I'm gonna get an award for this. My main goal is it coming from a genuine place. And I think that we connect with people that we can connect with. And the only way to connect is to be willing to be vulnerable. So yeah, Untitled was the mental health awareness piece that I did. And it reached a lot of people and it touched a lot of people. And so we were nominated in Grand Rapids for an Eclipse Award. We didn't win, but we were nominated, which is a big deal. And it was more so I wanted it to get out there. I wanted it to become less taboo talking about mental health awareness and talking about suicide awareness, especially in the people of color communities. I think we need to make it less taboo and we need to talk about the things that are hard to talk about, the things that we've been taught to kind of, be quiet about.
Now, you're no stranger to the stage when it comes to poetry. And now you are gracing our TV screens with your new TV series called Fakers. Tell us all about that new experience and the difference between, you talking about poetry and getting on stage and now actually having to remember a script and all those great things. Tell us all about your new TV series.
Yes, yes. I was blessed with the opportunity to be a part of this four-part mini series called Fakers. It is on Amazon Prime. It was written by the amazing, super talented Vanessa Lynn, who is plot twist. You can find it on it's right now it's available on Amazon Prime. It is really dope. The question is who's in your circle. You're not gonna know, you're gonna be guessing all the way to the end. You're gonna think you have it figured out and you're not. So if you really like mystery or like psychological, like where you really have to who done it, like definitely tune in. It's really dope.
Okay. Big shout out to Vanessa Lynn. She has definitely had some amazing hits for the culture. Now you have one of your pieces, and I saw your video and definitely loved it. My Black Allegiance. First of all, that sounds like a group, an organization, a club that I want to be a part of. Tell me all about, My Black Allegiance, because I saw your brother, I think that was your brother in the video. Tell us all about the concept, the words, everything. My Black Allegiance.
Listen, I wrote My Black Allegiance, started off with like this writing prompt that I wanted to do. I was like, I really want to take the Pledge of Allegiance and just come at it from my perspective. Um, and I wrote it with the intent of it was for that was for the culture. That was for us. Not to say that we hate whoever, but yo, like this is where my allegiance is. I'm for my people, and I'm for the edification, the growth of my people, and we should be proud of that. Even the references within it are very cultured. So if you ain't with the culture, to get the references. When I talk about our 4C hair, and coily and kinky and all that stuff, it's a reference that was spritz. It's references that we as a community can understand and break down and say, "Yo, I feel that. Like, I see where you coming from." And what's funny about that is, they say the saying, "Delay is not denial." I worked on that piece and I shot it, and I'm be honest, it just didn't come out how I had hoped. Like, oh, what am I gonna do? I said I was gonna do this. This was supposed to come out in the summer. Oh, I'm so far behind. But then I was blessed. I was blessed with amazing people. I didn't even have a storyline then. It was just gonna be a recorded piece. And then the vision came to me from the person that was playing my brother. To the whole story, it just kind of unwrapped, and it became this whole full story that you can see visually connect to, but you can also connect to, audibly. And so I didn't expect, I just wanted it something for us. Pledge allegiance to my black.
Yes, yes, okay, because I pledge allegiance to my black, okay? And one of the things that I love, Arrie, is that you have truly stepped out on faith. And the world we're in right now, with dealing with the pandemic and dealing with COVID, it has definitely taught us some things about ourselves. What are some of the things that you have learned during this pandemic and dealing with COVID-19 and all the things that has transpired in your own personal life? How has it affected you?
The biggest lesson, and I think it's a continuous life lesson, but I think 2020's biggest lesson was it was between patience. It was patience and adaptability. You have to be patient, and you just have to know how to adjust. If you cannot adjust, anyone who couldn't adjust, in my opinion, kind of fell by the wayside this year. But we have to learn how to adjust. It's ever gonna go how you plan it to go. So now, especially as an entertainer, you're like, okay, everything has changed. The world has shifted. What do I do? We can't perform like we used to. We can't go, you have premieres of movies that you're doing, but you can't go to the theaters to premiere them.
Right.
You can't perform on stages like you used to. And so you really try to figure it out, but you adjust and you find the adjustment. And I think that the artist community did really, really good at adjusting, especially the poetry community. Instagram was the spot to connect globally across the board, and that was it. Adjusting. So patience and adaptability. Can you adapt? Because there's life is filled with growth and changes, and if you can't change and adapt, you can't grow.
So listen, I like to play the game called Survival Kit. Okay? And one thing about our culture is we definitely have learned how to survive, honey. Now, in this game, Survival Kit, you're going to use one, you're going to lose one, and you're going to give one away. I'm going to name 3 items, and you let me know which one you pick. First 3. You're going to use one, lose one, give one away. Mic, like microphone. Playing cards, Uno, spades. Vase. Use one, lose one, give one away. Microphone, playing cards, vase.
All right, I'm going to use my mic. Um, I'm going to lose. I'm going to lose my base. I'm going to throw the cards away.
Next items: headphones, notebook, pillow. Use one, lose one, give one away. I'm going to say it one more time: headphones, notebook, pillow.
I'm going to use my notebook. I'm going to lose. I'm going to lose my headphones. No, I'm going to lose my pillow and and throw away my headphones. Yeah.
Okay. All right, last one, last one. Tape, as in duct tape, charger, phone charger, flip flops. Tape, duct tape, charger, or flip flops. Use one, lose one, give one away.
I'm going to use my charger. I'm going to lose my duct tape and I'm going to throw away my flip flop.
Arrie Lane, I want to thank you so very much for playing the survival kit game with me. You know, we got to survive out here in these streets. And listen, I want to present to some and introduce to others the one and only Miss Arrie Lane as she introduces her new poetry piece, Spiritually Lifted.
You did something to my spirit, and I ain't been right ever since. I ain't been right ever since. You did something to my spirit, and I ain't been right ever since. No, I ain't been right ever since. You speak a language I don't think I've ever heard before, yet somehow I understand it. There's something about you that leaves me yearning for more. I ain't never felt this before. I swear you must be psychic. I'm torn between whether this is really real or just some sort of Jedi mind trick. I've been searching for proof that it isn't real, but I never can find it. I would say that you're the person of my dreams, but I never imagined this. How our hands together feel like perfect grip, and when we kiss, I swear I hear my heart's vault click like your key be the perfect fit. I ain't never felt nothing like this. I'm sober, but you make me feel so high, it's got to be illegal to feel like this. I mean, this is some Aladdin meets Jasmine magic carpet ride. A whole new world is what I see with you. And baby, you fine and all, but this is more than physical. It's mental, spiritual. This is metaphysical. I'm sure it defies all universal laws, baby. The way you make me feel deserves an applause. Baby, take a bow, but I already know you won't. Because you don't do it for the praise or the accolades. You do it because you want to. And that is so damn sexy. Makes me always just want to give you the best, me. See, you deserve the love you give because yours is a blessing. And if we reap what we sow, then baby, your harvest is plenty. Because of you, my tank is never on empty. This feeling is foreign land but welcoming. Feels like peace, like ancestral dwelling, like somehow I'm supposed to be here. Like house into home, hidden gem, best kept secret, awakening, scales falling from eyes, perfect vision. Baby, you did something to my spirit, and I ain't been right ever since. Because what was left was you, and since you defy all universal rules, then I guess this is right. I guess we are right. I guess we make perfect sense. Even if we can't make sense of it, our spirits get it. See, they know what we don't. They know what a divine connection is, looks like, sounds like, feels like key into lock, click. Thank you.
I just want to thank Miss Arrie Lane for being our special guest today on Uncommon Conversations. I hope you enjoyed the show because I did. Listen, make sure that you get out here and support Arrie Lane and all of the things that are attached to what she is doing because, again, we got to support each other. I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you want to hear more from me, because I want to hear more from you, listen, subscribe to our channels, follow us on social media, Zsa Zsa C. Hubbard. Listen, you can click the link in the bio at our website, www.zsachubbard.com, or you can write to us. P.O. Box 27866, Detroit, Michigan 48227. Listen, I truly hope you enjoyed the show because that was the power of a conversation. Until next week, I'll see you again.
You're more like like a hot comb to us. You say, just conform to us. Now, ain't you pretty? Here, do a flip for me. You often feel like spritz to me the way you always expect us to freeze.